I'm trying to balance because I don't feel like you got to give up the Mary Jane. That's not a goal of mine. That's not one of the things.
Right.
It's like the nicotine aspect of it. So even if I was to go get some, like the problem comes with, do I go strictly papers? Do I find like a hemp wrap?
I say
But
hemp wrap might be the solution, right? Because that gives you the best of both worlds. Like it's a median.
it is a medium. It is a medium. They're just you always got. Only thing about it is you kind of always, for the most part, got to go into weed shops to get them. You got to buy a bunch of
Mm.
packs. Versus there's a gas station on every corner, and a Swisher only costs about $2.
Can you get the hemp off Amazon, or do you not trust that?
Uh, I mean, there's papers in every gas station too. They're just
Okay, so you want quality at this stage of your life. Quality is important.
or maybe honestly, I'm trying to just find reasons to not give up the tobacco, and I'm realizing you just gotta get off of it. You gotta let it go.
Oh wow.
Bam, this is not a dope fiend episode. Basically, Bam, right now I'm talking about one of my goals this year is to quit tobacco. And right now, because I smoke Black and Milds, I also roll my weed in Swishers. And so right now, Swishers in Backwoods. And so right now, I am trying to. I'm having a one-on-one with myself because like I don't really need to stop smoking weed to get off tobacco. You just got to stop using tobacco products with weed.
Right.
Uh, and that might be the part that's kind of
I feel like the first couple of weeks are always the hardest, right? Because once you kick it, you
a
can
Nike
kick it.
commercial. You got this Mavericks Lakers game one in the background.
Fuck no, I'm not watching any Mavericks basketball as long as Luca and Kyrie are out. What's
They're
wrong?
it's a dope ass commercial right now, and it's a Nike commercial. It's a
Oh, let me. All right, I'm gonna turn it on, but let me tell
no,
you.
the commercial just finished.
Okay.
Uh, it was a Kobe commercial. It was a Mamba commercial. It's the
Oh,
year
that's dope.
because it's the year of the snake. They said it's not the year of the snake; it's the year of the Mamba.
With the,
It's really really cool commercial. Shout out to those folks over at Nike, the great folks over at Nike.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man, it's like this year. There, like I have a goal board, not behind me. That's my calendar. Which shout out to the Charlie Brown calendar this year for the folks who saw the Marvel calendar last year. This year in the year 2025. Happy New Year, by the way. I got the Charlie Brown
that's
calendar.
hilarious. Is that the black boy skating with a white woman?
Oh yeah, no, we starting out right on our Joy Taylor shit. Uh, that's some. Listen, we gonna talk about it. That's some
We'll
wild
get
stuff.
there.
Listen, you
Do you want
got.
to?
Go
Do you want
ahead.
to hear a funny story?
Go ahead.
So you know that on Tuesdays that I have started doing yoga for the past couple of months. I just love Yoga Tuesday, and I usually do yoga that's like slow flow, like focusing on stability and like stretching my hips and my back. But today I was feeling a little frisky, so I did an energetic flow, and everything was going good until the instructor hit the Bray Wyatt joint. You know what I'm talking about.
What do you mean by that?
So you know when Bray used to go to the turnbuckle and hit the joint like that. So I was feeling good. You know what I'm saying? I was doing the poses and I was hitting the joint. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize I was this flexible at 35. So she hit the Bray Wyatt joint, and I was like, fucking, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Mm.
I played tackle football for many years. I have tackled people, I have been tackled, but I have never hit the ground harder than
Mm.
when I tried to hit that Bray Wyatt joint earlier today. I have never felt so much pain in my life.
That's not the downward dog.
No, no, no. Remember when Bray would go to the turnbuckle and flip
Yeah,
back?
and he
Yeah, yeah,
backwards like
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's not downward dog.
man,
Downward dog is
yeah, that's the freak ass boy. That ain't no downward dog. That's the freak ass boy.
yeah,
And
buddy. My shin popped, my shoulder popped, and I was like, "We done. We done here."
you need to, you're gonna hurt yourself.
I
You,
almost did. I laid on the ground for a solid 3-4 minutes in pain.
ladies and gentlemen, this is not the FS1 or the Diddy Freak Offs. So welcome to episode 169 of Speak on It. When you see this motherfucking Nas fade, you know it could only be one person, one brother, the good brother welcoming you all to our first show of 2025, Roasty Mix. And as always, and every Tuesday, joined by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, my good brother, Danny Ocean. How we doing, my brother?
Oh, we're great. We have been off of work for 2.5 weeks, and I'm off again tomorrow.
Yeah, let me tell y'all something about RVA Public Schools, Virginia. Yo, East Coasters, there'd be a lot of times where I'd be looking at y'all's lifestyle and I'd be like, damn, I miss being on the East Coast. And then I seen that weather y'all got, and I was like, ooh, this West Coast lifestyle is nice over here.
So the problem is tomorrow's not the weather. The water pumps in the city went down Monday due to the weather, and they haven't caught up. So the schools and the facilities in the city, all over the city, they don't have water. They have water, but they have to boil it because the filters are broken.
So what they gonna do about the filters?
You have to boil your water. So everything is up and running again, but it takes 16 hours for the pressure to build and to get things back online, and then another 12 to 24 hours for my place of employment to check every building to make sure that the water is clean and up to par to invite people in. I work in the city, so the building that I work in, you can't even flush the toilet right now. So I've been off all week.
All right. God damn it.
All week. My wife been in here working. I wake up, I make a cup of coffee.
All right.
It's been great.
All right, listen. I don't know what the hell's going on in our comments, but there's some freak ass boys in here. What's up, Achilles? What's up, Bam? What's up, Jamie? Jamie talking to me when I'm talking about my tobacco quitting. He says, replace one vice with another, quit smoking tobacco, start smoking.
Whoa.
We're not gonna be one. We're not doing that, Jamie. Here's what I'll say. This will be the year that I not only quit smoking tobacco, but like we're going like it's just straight papers. Matter of fact, I will go get some marijuana after this, and I am going to get some papers. And from this day forward, mark my words, no more Black and Milds, no more Swishers, no more backwoods.
And we're your accountability partners. So
and y'all are my accountability partners.
There we go. Because that's what we need.
That's what we need. And I'm going to stick to it. I am going to stick to it.
I've been for the new year. Oh, what happened? Did LeBron dunk on somebody? Because that feels like
LeBron already dunked on someone. It was nice too. Left-handed, John. He just got a block before the end of the quarter. Lakers 27-24 after the first.
That sounds right. This year, my goal is to learn Spanish, because
muy bien.
Yeah. So like I said last year, my wife and I went to Mexico. I knew a little bit of Spanish. I get a tan. I look Dominican. So we're like, what if we go to the Dominican Republic this year on vacation? I get a little gold chain, maybe learn a little Spanish, and then maybe we can have a better experience. So that's why I want to learn Spanish. So I've started to learn. I'm doing Duolingo. I'm 8 days in a row. It's going great because I already knew like I could have a basic conversation, but now I'm trying to go like in depth. I'm gonna buy a gold chain when I find one on sale. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Bam, you really gonna let your cousin do this and like be okay with it? You want to hear a story, and this might be. I'm not gonna say this is a racy story, but I need to know if I've been tripping for a little bit. Like, this is one of the moments where you ever done something that like you ever have a habit that you've been doing for so long that you don't think nothing's wrong with it until someone else sees you do it and they be like, yo, dog, what was that?
Please go on.
So how about so not too long ago I hear about somebody hitting on a scratch off lottery ticket, right?
Right.
Now, mind you, ever since I heard about that person hitting on that scratch off lottery ticket, what do you think I've been doing any chance I get?
Playing the scratch off.
I've been playing these fucking scratch off lottery tickets. I go one day to get one, and there's a Hispanic brother in front of me, and he's buying at least 15 of these, all different kinds. Let me get a number 2, 7, 3 10s, 4 12s, but he's saying this in Spanish. And he's saying all Spanish numbers.
Uh-huh.
So he was just like, let me get a 4, let me get a 5, 8, 9. So he goes on. My brother's, and he is just racking up on these tickets, and then he pays and he walks out. But what he didn't do when he walked out, what do you think he forgot? He handed Shorty like a $50 or $100 bill, grabbed his drink that he also paid for, and then walked out. What do you think he forgot?
Either his cell phone or his change.
No, he forgot the lottery tickets.
What?
Yes, he was moving so fast because I think he was trying to get back to his car on the pump.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm trying to order my lottery tickets, and she was like, "Wait a minute, he forgot it." So she was like, "Wait a minute, I gotta go tell you for left his tickets." And I was like, "No, I'll pay for my stuff, and I'll just tell him he got to come back in here and get his lottery tickets. Don't stop this line to not do your job. Do your job.
Fair
do
enough.
your job." So she's like, "Okay, no problem." So she rings me up, and I'm walking out. Now, what I'm about to say, people, I want y'all to know that I don't mean this racy.
Oh boy.
Get out of here. All right, open the door, man. Open the door.
Oh
Yo,
boy.
Bobby! Bobby!
First of all, I know you did not call that man Poppy.
Bobby, you forgot the lottery tickets, Bobby!
That's racist.
Bobby, you forgot the lottery tickets, Bobby! Stop! Lottery ticket! Gracias. Yeah, I had to. So I get back in the car and I tell my queen, yo, blase. Look, I got in the car thinking I just did a very nice gesture. I get in the car. You wouldn't believe what I just did. Listen, I just helped the brother remember his lottery tickets. Like, what are you talking about? So I tell the story. She said, "You said that?"
Thank you to your queen.
You said, "Bobby." She said, "No." She said, "You can't be."
So you called me a freak ass boy for trying to hit the Bray Wyatt, but you out here calling other dude Poppy, telling me he forgot his lottery tickets.
I've heard mad Hispanics refer to other men as Bobby. And it be the Dominicans, definitely the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans.
It's definitely 100%. But you don't. We don't call other men Poppy. But you did a good thing, so we'll let it slide. You were doing a good thing. I was
connected in his native tongue, so really,
you could have said essay.
No, I think that's worse. USA. What am I? The
Holmes
Friday.
Holmes. Dog.
What? We're not talking about. Listen, we ain't talking about Mexican gangbangers. We just talking about
Senor. You could have said senor. El senor.
Senor sound like he daddy. Nah. No senor. Nah, senor
works perfectly fine.
Senor sound too freaky. Ooh,
you call someone else Poppy, but me calling him senor is freaky.
Hey, Poppy. That's brother.
Que senor, el senor.
See, don't try to try your new Spanish on me, Negro. See,
you
new blacks in y'all's new languages that y'all just be discovering. Back in my day, it was just a little escúchame.
Not escúchame.
Did I tell you about my
glad she checked
story?
you. Say what?
Did I tell you about my escúchame story in Cancun?
No.
Oh man, let me tell you something. I was in Cancun maybe about 3 years ago for New Year's. For about 4 or 5 days. Well, it was like a total of like a week. And for like 4 or 5 days, kid you not, anytime I was trying to get by somebody, I was trying to say excuse me. So I kept saying escúchame because I thought that was excuse me in Spanish. And I was so confused why every time I said escúchame, someone just stared at me. Until one day, maybe it was like the 4th day, somebody in my group heard me say escúchame, and they was like, "Why are you telling them to listen to you?" I was like, "Listen to me." No, I'm saying excuse me. They were like, "No, escúchame." They were like, "You are telling people to listen to you." They was like, "Yo, you are dumb."
I love how when black people speak Spanish, they just take the English word and add like el or la or me at the end.
Oh yeah, el la me. Listen,
Pop-Tart.
La fried chicken.
Yeah.
Lots y'all got the El Texas Pete. Y'all got some El Texas Pete. Are you kidding me? Listen. Listen, I love my Hispanic brothers and sisters of all ethnicities. I'm trying to get better. And listen, well, it's Gucci. See, I'm getting better.
See, now it works now, but not in the club.
Yeah. Oh man, I was sitting there, and here's the crazy part. In Mexico, because my Spanish I was having to use the translate app. So there were a couple of times where I was really trying to get by. So I typed out escúchame and just flipped it, and they was just like, huh? Then I was like,
El negro es estúpido, es muy estúpido negro.
It's funny. I definitely heard El Stupido.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Feels like we should start out with a little fantasy talk because in our crowd today, we do have, ladies and gentlemen, our all money in Dynasty champion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause. He finally got over the hump. Rojo Truther, he won. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey, Achilles.
Round of applause, Achilles. Achilles, you did it.
You did it, brother.
You did it. Champion. You get to call yourself champion for the next year, and we must respect that. So the 2024 to 2025 will be known as the year of Achilles and Rojo Truther. So congratulations. Now, the next thing I must say is I apologize because your reign at the top is already short like leprechauns, boy. It's over.
Here we go.
It's over.
Here we go.
The Las Vegas Horned Ducks that went from 9th to 3rd this year. We coming. But until then, it is the reign of Achilles. And congratulations, champ.
Have you sent him the belt yet?
He gets the belt in spirit.
He gets a.
Hey.
But you know what? You know what I'm happiest about? I'm glad Achilles beat Jason. You want to hear a funny story of what happened at Christmas? So, Shits and Grins is Jason. Jason's father, my uncle, is also a big fantasy football player. He rolled up on me on Christmas. He said, y'all let Jason join that league and he beating y'all ass like that already. It's his first year. And I was like, first of all, Merry Christmas. Second of all,
yo, can I talk about that matchup? Yo, Josh Allen. I'm not asking for a lot, but my brother, I might have to ask Josh Allen to run me one of the biggest fades in his. Yo, dog, how do you go on a 6 or 7 game tear, including 2 games of over 5 touchdowns to play the fucking New England Patriots?
I'm sorry.
The Patriots. He put up 5-6 touchdowns against the Lions.
Yep.
Put up 5-6 touchdowns against the Rams.
Yep.
Got to the Patriots.
I said, we good.
We good. He said we good.
He said, we good over here.
What's worse is that the very next week, guess what this motherfucker did?
5 more.
Listen, I'm happy for Achilles. He gets his championship, got his winnings, and he is our champion.
He is our champion.
He's our champion.
We haven't had a repeat champion yet.
We won't until the Las Vegas Horned Ducks get up in there.
Okay. All right, Bill Belichick.
Listen, let me tell y'all right now, there's a sleeping giant that is the Las Vegas Horned Ducks.
I'm very upset that I get 102. What the fuck am I going to do at 102?
Wait. Where does Achilles live? Does he live in
He lives in Canada.
Oh yeah, your belt. You think I'm sending internationally? You got your rapid ass. You better take that money and go to a Target. That's where that was coming from. They got a WWE section.
He said, no, you got to mail that joint across the border. Achilles, you're in Canada, right? I'm pretty sure he's Cal's friend. Yeah, they're in Canada.
Listen, I did not factor that in. I ain't that international shipping. Listen.
Woo!
For a $20 belt, my brother, you better take. You better tell him. He won 7. He won 7. The pot was 8. He won 7.
He
No,
said,
no, the pot was 8.
yeah, 8, winner gets 7, second gets 100.
Yeah, brother. Listen,
I'm so glad Jason lost because of that bullshit parlay he put in the chat.
you still mad about that parlay?
That bullshit parlay he put in the chat a month and a half ago. Wasted my good money listening to him.
You still mad about that parlay?
Yes. I lost $5. Yes.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. The belt is only $20. The belt I was gonna send Achilles is all right. You want to explain it to him?
Huh?
You want to explain it to him?
No.
All right. What were we talking about before, Bam?
We were talking about Jason's bullshit parlay.
Let me tell you something. Of all, I'm not backpedaling, Achilles. I would send you the belt, but I don't want to pay that. I really don't want to pay that international shipping fee.
What if he bought another belt and had it shipped to him to avoid that international fee?
No, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going to do. And I'm saying there's still some international shipping fees.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go to the store and buy a new belt for Achilles, but then I got to get his address and send it to him. Once I find out which district in Canada or which state in Canada he lives in, it's like, oh, brother. Whew.
Achilles, can you meet him at the border? What part of Canada do you live in, Achilles? Do you live in Quebec? Because I think Kyle lives in Quebec, right? No, he lives in Toronto.
Listen, man. How would you get? I don't listen. Commissioner is moonwalking on camera. Okay, Bam is just talking. Like Bam is just. Can we recognize Bam is just talking? I'm over here saying, yo, I would go buy. Yo, Bam, if you won, I'd go to the store and buy you a belt and ship it to whatever state you live in. I'm literally saying he don't live in the domestic U.S. Now we got when we talk about international shipping rates. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Just don't take a picture with the belt nude. You would be kicked out of the league. I'm saying that right now. I don't have any power. D's a commissioner. But if any of y'all take a naked picture with the belt, you out the league. I don't give a fuck.
I will also say I had to assign you $700, and that was so painful. So, take this damn money.
Okay, they live in Ontario.
Oh man! All right, the NFL playoffs. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Danny,
yes,
we doing a lot of laughing, but me and you, we about to be beefing probably starting tomorrow. The number 1 seeds are set. We knew it. Chiefs and Lions. By the way, yo, Minnesota, if you going to spend all season hyping us up for a Week 18 Sunday Night Football game, you got to show up. Got to show up. What the hell was that? That was an ass kicking.
I went to bed. I was like, I ain't watching this shit. And then I woke up and Lions had scored like 30-something points.
I woke up and saw how many touchdowns Jahmyr Gibbs had. I said, oh my gosh. All right. Well, we got our wild card matchups.
Yes, sir.
Let's just go through them. Starting with Broncos versus Bills.
Is it wrong that I want to pick the Broncos?
Talk to me why you would pick the Broncos, because if you think about all the teams that could give of all the draws the Bills could have gotten at that 2 seed, they were stuck between getting the Broncos or the Bengals, and I don't think they wanted to play either one of them.
I don't know. Like the Broncos are used to playing in cold weather in Denver. A rookie quarterback has never won a playoff game. Is that true? If I'm not mistaken, I don't think a rookie has ever won a playoff game. No, RG3 didn't win a playoff game.
I feel like there has to have been at least once.
Dan Marino did, right? Because Dan Marino went to the Super Bowl his rookie year, and then he never went back. So yeah, that's not true. It's just rare. In order for the Bills to win, Josh Allen has to play out of his mind. So if Josh Allen even has a mediocre game, like there's a chance that the Bills could lose. I'm picking the Bills, but if there was an upset alert this week, for me, it's the Broncos beating the Bills. And if that's the case, then just go ahead and throw the Chiefs into the Super Bowl. Like,
Well,
that's
I'm
done.
not saying I'm not going to say it's really an upset at all. Listen, when you think about ways you can shut down the Buffalo Bills, one, you got to be able to really control the line of scrimmage and try to keep Josh Allen in the pocket. It's hard because he can dice you up, but if he's dicing you up and running, you got a problem. I think that defensive line, that front seven of the Broncos is really good. I think when you're able to, and when you think about the Bills, they don't really have a true number one. So even if you put Riley Moss on Amari Cooper and put Pat Surtain on who?
Defensive Player of the Year, Pat Surtain.
Is he in? He won it, or
He should win, but he's not going to win.
is he a finalist for it?
I think he is. He should, but he won't.
Listen. I like the Broncos in this. I like the Broncos to win this one. Listen, the Broncos defense travels. By the way, CJ Stroud was a 12th rookie to win a playoff.
Okay.
He
Thank
did
you, man.
last year.
Yeah, he did.
Defense travels. I think Sean Payton knows what to expect from this from Bo Nix. And what's the weather supposed to be like? Buffalo.
And while you look that up, I think Sean Payton can get Bo Nix prepared. I think Sean Payton's the perfect guy to go to get Bo Nix prepped for this game.
Why
I think there's supposed to be another storm hitting the East Coast on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now. I mean,
yeah, it looks like snow Saturday and Sunday.
For sure, cold temperatures. So, I mean, listen, when defense travels, I mean, now, while on the other hand, you got to have a good run game. And I would say of the two teams, the Bills probably have the better run game. So if there was a real recipe for the Buffalo Bills to completely dominate this game, is if they're able to really run the ball. James Cook's been he led the league in rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, there is a for sure direct path for the Bills to win this game easily. I think it starts with them being able to run the ball. I think it's going to be hard against this Denver defense. Give me the Broncos 27, Bills 21.
If that happens, are we just putting the Chiefs in?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Listen, I know they lost last year in the AFC Championship game, but come on now. You gotta respect the Ravens.
It's not that I don't respect the Ravens. I've just seen, and I hate to say this because I'm a big Lamar fan. I've just seen Lamar, I don't want to say crumble. Well, I'll say I've seen Lamar crumble more than I've seen him excel in those games. Like regular season, great. Playoffs, buddy.
He's got the weapons. He's got the defense.
Was Zay Flowers okay?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. I think he's got a knee sprain or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going Bills?
I'm going Bill. What's the line? Whatever the line is, I'll take it.
The line right now is currently Buffalo 8.5.
Hell no. They aren't going to cover that.
You don't think so?
Nah. I'll take the Bills, but they're not going to cover. 8.5 points? That's a lot.
Bucks Commanders. Talk to me. Give me a recipe. Remember, these two teams opened up the season playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have happened since then. I feel like that'll be a lot of the story of this game is how they opened up the season versus each other. This tale of two seasons for these teams. Who do you like winning? This has all the makings of a shootout.
I really want to pick the Commanders. I really want to pick there's something about Jaden Daniels has been special this year, right? Like the Commanders have been fun to watch, but they really haven't beaten any good teams, right? They beat the Eagles when Kenny Pickett was in there, but other than that, they haven't beaten a team with a winning record. Todd Bowles knows how to confuse rookie quarterbacks. I'm going to take the Bucks. But this is another one I'm on the fence because I like the Commanders. I can see Jaden just pulling some magic out of the hat and winning, another one.
Listen, I think there are teams of destiny. I think there's always teams of destiny. I don't expect the Commanders to be one of them this year.
Okay.
I think this Bucks team is loaded on offense. I think Baker's been playing outstanding. I think I think I think to your point, it's hard to beat the top Bulls defense because if anything, historically, it's been shown that if you just keep bringing pressure against rookies, they'll have struggle with it. I think they're gonna blitz a lot, and I think he's gonna dare Jaden Daniels to really beat him. And I have the Bucks. I have the Bucks, Mike Evans, and Baker Mayfield pulling this one out.
And
So
Vegas has that line at 3 points, which is essentially a toss-up in their eyes.
yeah. Steelers versus Ravens. Good old-fashioned AFC North football. I'm gonna be honest with you. Of all the draws for Baltimore, I thought this was probably the worst one for them.
Yeah.
I know they won the last game in Baltimore, maybe about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think this game will go similarly to how that last game went, just because the Steelers have been on a losing streak since. But I will say, I don't think the Steelers are going to pull this one out in particular. I think it's just going to be a really close game. Give me Ravens 17, Steelers 14.
Same. And Vegas has that line at the Ravens are 9.5-point favorites. That seems way too high for an NFC North playoff game.
It's hard for me to see the Steelers getting enough offense to stay with this Ravens team. So although I do expect, not a lot of points to be scored, I mean, like, I feel like the Ravens are going to move up and down the field. They're just going to either stop right outside the red zone, or they're going to, go for it on fourth down and miss, more than I see the Steelers just being this offensive juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I feel like the Ravens will beat themselves before the Steelers would beat them.
Now, I will say to that point, like if it comes down to a kicking game, like right now, Bosworth is kicking a lot better than Justin Tucker. So if it comes down to we exchanging field goals, like I feel like that's where the Steelers win this game, because I feel like Justin Tucker has fallen off a cliff this year.
Nah, he's been struggling, but he's been getting back to his normal form the last couple weeks. Boswell, though, he's out of this
best kick in the league outside of Aubrey in Dallas.
Bosworth just comes in, banks him, doom. Achilles said, if George Pickens can get his shit together, we have a chance. Let me tell you something. George Pickens gonna be all right. George Pickens.
Yeah, you don't want George Pickens to get his shit together. George Pickens, when he's a madman, is at his best.
Mm-hmm. He gonna be all right.
He got to be fighting somebody.
NFL young boy. Our normal ABC. This is always going to be the first game. Whatever team the Texans is playing in that first round, always going to be the first playoff game.
Correct.
This year we got the Chargers versus the Texans. Danny, tell me, do you feel like the Texans have enough to beat the Chargers?
Nope. Give me the Chargers.
It's funny. The Chargers are 3-point favorites on the road.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. The Texans have been too up and down. They're fortunate they play in the AFC South. The Harbaugh effect is real. We've seen it twice now in the NFL. Like, he got them boys believing. He got Lab McConkey out here looking like prime Wes Walker. Like, yep, give me the Chargers.
I think it's so interesting how the AFC South is just so not respected. Whatever division with South in it is, for some reason, is not usually respected as a division winner. I don't know why. It's probably because there's so much turnover.
Yeah.
This division in particular, it's between, and we'll talk about it, between the Texans, the Jags, the Colts, and the Titans. This division is a shit show.
It is.
Each team is a different type of shit show. The Texans are just the shit show with the most shit put together.
And two teams out of that division have top 5 picks this year.
Yeah, they're bad. They're bad.
Give me the Chargers.
Here we go. Vikings Rams. This one has the makings of being another really good game. Remember, they played on Thursday night this year in that game that came down to the face mask that wasn't called at the end.
Yep. Yeah. I think the Vikings losing last week in Detroit and losing the 1 seed, like I think the Rams are going to beat the shit out of them.
Really?
Like I think the Rams are going to beat the hell out of these boys. What does Vegas say? Hold on, what's the spread? 1.5. Wow, the Rams are 1.5 point favorites. That is the ultimate toss up. Nah, man. I think the Rams. I say double digits. Like, I think the Rams win by 10.
No, I got to be objective when I pick this. I like the Vikings to win this one, actually by 10 points. I think the thing about the NFC North is Detroit is really, really, really good, really
Yes.
good, and I think similarly to us, we have a hard time matching up with them because they're an aggressive style of football. I like the Vikings in this game. I like Brian Flores to really have this defense playing well, and I like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison to get back into it. Give me Vikings 31, Rams 28.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And here we are.
Here we go.
Don't even need to ask you about who you picking. Just need
No.
to know, why do you feel so confident?
So before we say this, I said week 1 that this Eagles Packers would be the NFC Championship preview. We get in the wild card.
You did say that.
I said that is a
week 1 game. I said we gonna see y'all again.
Yeah, we both were like, no. There's another chapter to this story. I will say there is a world where the Packers win, and I am not shocked. But I said this a month ago, and I'll say it again. There's nothing that the Packers do better than the Eagles. Nothing.
Listen.
And Jair's out. Christian Watson is out.
Yep. Let me tell you something. A month ago, if the playoffs would have started, I'm walking in this bitch feeling grandioso. After the game I saw in Green Bay on Sunday, I'm not going to lie. I'm sitting there watching. I go into the game last week saying, I really would like to avoid playing Philly that first round. Like, if I almost want to play the Rams so we can get another chance at Detroit. Because remember, I told you, if we play Detroit again, I think the Packers are gonna beat them.
Yes.
Since that statement, oh boy, we have played the Vikings again, and we have played the Bears again. We have went 0-2 in both games. Both of those games were some of the most infuriating, frustrating games I have watched this season. As a Packers game, and that Chicago game in particular, I said, I think our season's about to end in the link next week, and that is crazy.
But here's the thing, though, man. Jordan Love, like when he is on, he is like top 3 in the league. And all it takes, like that's all the playoffs is, right? That was your run in 2009 with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like he just got hot in Arizona, and the next thing you know, you're lifting the Lombardi. Like that's all it takes. So I'm not counting the Packers out at all. Like if we come next week and Jordan Love went like 27-35 for 380 and 3 touchdowns, I would not be shocked at all. At all.
It's going to be cold in Philly. It's likely going to be some snow. It's going to be cold. This is going to be a running affair. It's going to be Josh Jacobs versus Saquon Barkley straight up. Here's the thing. Is Jalen Hurts going to play?
Yes, he is going to play.
Okay, I figure.
That's a smoke screen. He going to play. He fine.
I don't know why people have been telling me the brother is in concussion protocol.
He is, because you have to practice. The Eagles don't practice till tomorrow. So he'll practice tomorrow in a limited capacity, and then he'll be a full participant Thursday. Like he's going to play.
I'm sitting there like, yo, I watched the play over like 5 times. I said, yo, ain't no way he that hurt. He all right.
Yeah, he's going to play Sunday.
Nah, man, let me tell you something. I'm choosing my team off a straight homer, but.
And I'll say this. With Jair, is it Jair or Jair? It's a Jair.
That's not even. Listen, Jair hasn't played for majority of this season. Like that's not what I'm worried about. You just have to. It's the eye test. There's nothing to. Yes, obviously we need our best corner and likely our best receiver, but I'm talking about the eye test from what I watched on Sunday. This is.
for me, it comes down to like the Packers lead the league in takeaways. If the Eagles can protect the ball, because the Packers defense isn't like stopping you down to down. It's like turnover. That's how we give our players.
Well, we are pretty good in some areas.
You are. So the Packers are 7th in DVOA overall. Like the Packers are the best 7th seed ever since the playoffs have expanded by DVOA metrics. So like the Packers are no slouch. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it's going to be like Philly 35, Packers 14. No. This is going to be tight.
No, that might be. Listen,
Nah.
I wish y'all would have watched the Chicago game that I watched. Mind you, they won on a field goal at the very end. We gave them that. We lost that game more than Chicago won that game, which also bugs me because that was bad.
Football. And didn't Jordan not play in the second half? Like he hurt his hand. And they were like, "Yep, we're done here."
His elbow was sore.
Yeah, like, and then you lose Watson. Like, I understand Matt LaFleur being like, "Never mind, we're good. It is what it is." Nah, man.
Now,
Matt LaFleur's too good of a coach.
A lot of people say even when the game wouldn't matter because once Washington won, it was
right.
It's kind of like
now, that's who I wanted between you and Washington because I want to beat those bozos and send those dorks back to DC because they're doing a whole lot of chit chatting for a team that beat Kenny Pickett.
Well, now the only way y'all going to see him is in the conference championship, which I promise you, if that was to happen, they won't stop talking before or after the game.
Yeah, and which is fair, but I think the Eagles will win. But I think the spread is 4.5. That feels right. It feels like a 1-possession game.
It feels too low. Give them more points, Vegas. Give them more points. Packers, just listen. Come on, man. Just don't embarrass. Just don't. Just make it respectable. Y'all, did anybody else? Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle when you need him? Kyle will understand where I'm coming from. Yo, if you would have watched that Chicago game the way I watched that Chicago game, you would have came away saying, yo, see, we got 7 days before I'm seeing some of y'all in the Bahamas in a month. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's the playoffs. I'm not sleeping on the Packers. I know that franchise's history in the playoffs. I'll believe it when I see it. Now the next round, hold on. If
you would play the winner of the
Vikings,
you would play the winner of the Bucks Commanders. So actually, no, y'all would meet them next week.
Yeah. Bring those Bring them to the link. Bring them to the link.
Now, if the Packers pull out a win next week.
No, it's reseeded. The lowest seed, because the lowest seed will go. So it gets reseeded after the first round because the lowest seed has to go to Detroit. Shit. So who are y'all the 7, Washington's the 6. So if Washington wins, they'd go to Detroit.
No, we would. We're the 7th seed.
I'm saying, like, if you lose and Washington wins, Washington would go to Detroit. So we'd play the winner of 3-4, Vikings, Rams. Yeah. Bring Sam Darnold to the link. I'll take that.
So just winning, we'd have to go to Detroit.
Oof. Yeah, if you win, you got to go to Detroit.
Woof. Talk about the worst road to the Super Bowl ever. Yo, you know what? I'm just going to get ready for it. I'm getting ready for next season.
Hey, man.
I'm getting ready.
Is it wrong that I'm not afraid of Detroit?
I said, listen,
I'm not. I think they sweet. I think they ripe for the picking.
Y'all didn't play them this year.
I think Detroit ripe for the picking.
Y'all haven't played. When's the last time y'all played them?
2 years ago. No, I think we played them last year. It doesn't matter. I think Detroit ripe for the picking.
Oh, well,
I don't give a fuck if it's in Detroit.
It's right there.
I think they sweet.
We should have beat them the last game. Let's talk about some other headlines around the league. What you think about Tyreek Hill and what he been doing?
Boy, just say you miss Patrick.
Tyreek, like, just let us know. Just tell us you moved to Miami for the hoes and got there and realized not only can your quarterback not stay healthy, this team ain't doing nothing. Like that translation from that press conference was, okay, I got my bag and my ring for my family. But I remember I play this game to win. We are not winning. We're not even in the business of winning. You know what that tells me? The Dolphins got on that field against the Jets that day, and they saw that game, like they saw that KC Denver game, and they were basically like,
fuck it.
and everybody, I felt like it was a collective fuck it from everybody. Like,
I mean, same thing with Atlanta, Carolina, right? Like once Atlanta was eliminated, they're like, fuck it. We don't like y'all can have it. We good.
what do you mean?
Like so during the Carolina Falcons game, who was playing at that time?
Bucks Saints.
Yeah. Bucks had won. Bucks had beat the Saints, and that game was going into overtime. Carolina got the ball and won.
Oh, Falcons were like, oh yeah,
yeah. Falcons were like, it's over now. We good here.
And that's so. I think Tyreek saw that and saw that it came from organizationally down. Like I don't think it was just players. I think it was coaches and all that. And he was probably like, well, what the fuck am I doing here? Like, I can
just say you miss Patrick. That's all.
And he said he was playing with a broken forearm most of the season. So
just say you miss Patrick.
Welcome
to DC.
Why does everyone keep saying that?
I mean, where else would he go?
Whoever want to trade for him.
I think he's going to be in DC next year. Because if I'm the Commanders, yeah.
Where do y'all be getting this from? Like what?
What do you think it's going to take to get Tyreek Hill? A second round pick? A third round pick?
Y'all just can't be linking these. See, it's always the fan links. It's always like the fans like, oh, wouldn't it be?
That just makes sense though, right? If you're Washington, you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. This is the time to pay elsewhere. I can get a speedster wide receiver to pair with Terry McLaurin. That's a scary offense. Does it not make sense though?
I'm not. I mean, it makes sense to who? Makes sense to us, the fans, the people who watch it. But the people in the front office could be looking at that. They might see something else and be like, "Yo, dog, we're not trying to deal with them problems. We can go find a fast wide receiver, or we don't want to." You know what I mean? Like it's like it's always these type of fan theories, and then Tyreek ends up on a team like
what?
The Seahawks.
Nah.
He ends up on a team like the Seahawks, and everyone's like, "Well, WTF? How'd that happen?" I guarantee you, it's probably because the team that everyone thought he probably should have inquired about it, and they got some bullshit back, and it was like, "No, we're not doing that." I'm nah. Now Tyreek Hill,
Washington.
Your profile picture to your face over Antonio Brown. CTE. That's funny. Also, Antonio Brown might be funniest man on the internet. I don't know if anyone might be funniest man.
He in his bag.
Did you go to the CTE award? CTESPN award?
That man is insane.
Tyreek to Baltimore? No.
Bam, Baltimore does not believe in elite wide receivers. They believe in dumpster diving and hoping things pan out.
You're right about that. What about John Gruden potentially getting some coaching interviews again?
Hey, man.
And the Raiders have fired Antonio Pierce today.
Hey, man. With what's going on in 2 weeks.
He was definitely pardoned when John Gruden got fired, weren't we? And you remember my stance? I said, yo, I don't think Mark Davis want to do this.
You did. You were like, I don't know about this.
Like, I definitely felt like I said, yo, Mark Davis don't want to do this. And I bet you if John Gruden go get low for a little bit, Mark Davis might call it back.
And here we are.
Mark, go ahead and pick up the phone, man. Go ahead and pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. Oh, the Mavericks are leading?
If you Mark Davis, what do you say? Yes, y'all leading by like 5 or 7. If you're Mark Davis, what do you say to John Gruden? You call him, ring, ring, ring. Mr. Gruden picks up. What you say?
My bad. You know the what do they be saying? They be like, oh, the woke mob made me do it, but we getting off that. You want to come back home?
All right. So that's probably the politically correct way of saying it. Now we got to think. We talk about an old white billionaire. So let me show you how it probably went down. Ring, ring. John Gruden pick up. Hey, Mr. Gruden. Hey, John, it's Mark. Listen, man. That woke mob back in the day, they pushed me to do something I didn't want to do. Listen, John. I mean, sometimes, yeah, they're monkeys.
Sometimes the animals run the zoo.
Sometimes the animals run the zoo, John. John, you wouldn't believe some of these Negronis sometimes. These
Not
Negroni jabronis.
not Negronis.
You wouldn't believe them sometimes, John.
And I'm
Listen,
not talking about water.
yeah. Listen, John, you came here with a mission and an opportunity. And I just felt like we didn't give you that full opportunity to build. And now we want you to come back and finish what you started. What do you think about that, John? Huh?
I don't know. John having too much fun at Barstool.
Yeah, I mean, all he's up there doing is telling old war stories. Yo, football coaches and football players love to tell old war stories.
Like that, like it's a legit war. Like, yeah, I was in, like, you was in Nah. I'm like, no, dog, like you was just football.
Yeah, no, dog. You was just on Mike Holmgren's staff up in Green Bay. You was
Right.
perfect. You was perfectly fine. You had a salary and everything. Now you good.
Like you weren't
Uh,
gonna die.
yo, do you think the Raiders are going to rehire him?
The longer it takes, yes.
The other option is the other option I've been hearing is drafting Shador and bringing Dion with him.
Now we talking.
Okay.
I don't know how you get to Shador at 6.
Yo, no, yeah. One, two. Does nobody else think that is a terrible
Oh,
idea?
it's an awful idea, and that's why we need it.
Let me tell you something. You want to talk about
That is the worst idea I think I've heard in a long time, and I want it to happen.
because like you can fire Dion. You can release Shador, but then you basically got to fire Dion too.
Yeah,
You can
because
fire
Dion can't make.
but now you got to release Shador, or you can't renew, or you just can't pay him ever.
Hey Dion, we need to go in there and tell your son he's
Get
not gonna be
money
here
and
no
your
more.
bread over there at Colorado. Patriots. Now I want to talk about y'all real quick because
Talk to him.
y'all did some shiesty shit today or yesterday.
Sunday, they did it right after the game. Like 20 minutes after the game, they released that shit.
The Patriots fired Coach Gerard Mayo shortly after the game, which clearly indicated that somebody in there told him to lose that game, and he still went out there and tried to win that game.
Yes.
Give me your thoughts.
Here's my beef with that. So the thing is, well, they want Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel was available last year. You could have did it then. Like I know Bill picked Gerard, but if Robert Kraft wanted Mike Vrabel to be the coach, Mike Vrabel was free last offseason. Tennessee fired him last year. You could have hired him. You could have skipped all this. Like when you hire Gerard Mayo, you do it knowing
Bill really
that.
handpicked Gerard Mayo? Bill really handpicked Gerard Mayo?
I think so. I think he is. I think Bill really liked Gerard, but Gerard Mayo was the inside linebackers coach. That's the highest he's climbed the ladder. So if you hire a guy with that kind of experience, you got to know that there's going to be like he really doesn't know what he's doing. So you have to give him some grace. Like if you hire a guy like Gerard Mayo, he needs 2 to 3 years.
What do you think happened the last month? Because remember, like a month or so ago, Robert Kraft was basically saying Gerard Mayo's our coach. What do you think happened this last month of the season that made Robert
Nothing.
Kraft?
He just lied. He just lied. And then he sends out that stupid statement. Yeah, this is on me. I didn't set him up to succeed. Dog, if you're going to break up with me, don't say it's you. Just tell me why you're leaving me.
Yeah, just keep it a bean with me.
Keep it a bean. I want Mike Vrabel.
Now, Gerard Mayo, you had one job, and that was to lose that. Yo, you lost 13, 14 games all season. You waited till week 18 to win another one. Yeah, no, I'm firing you too. My G, we could have the number 1 overall pick. Are you kidding me?
They still gonna get Travis Hunter though, so it don't matter.
I'll give you grace if you lose on your way to number 1 overall pick, but don't get to week 18, win a game, have pick number 4, and then talk about what you're gonna do next year. Don't go clean out your fucking locker right now.
You think Robert Kraft called him boy by mistake?
Send that ship in a doggy bag. Get the fuck out of here. That's what they told me.
But they're still gonna get Travis Hunter, so it don't matter. Like you're still gonna get Travis Hunter.
But you could have got something. But you could have really got something for that number 1 overall.
You still might get something for number 4.
Man, number 4 ain't number 1. You could have got a haul and then some. Number 4 could have swapped you number one if you had number one. You could have moved
Yeah.
down to 4.
Well, the question is we'll get to the draft in a second. It's what are the Titans going to do, because that dictates everything.
Listen, they find Jesus. Can you take God with pick 101? Because that's the Titans.
I don't know if Josh want to go to if God want to go to Tennessee.
Doug Peterson gets fired, but Trent Baalke gets to hire his third head coach. What are your thoughts? His third head coach. What are your thoughts on that?
Did you see the interview? I think it was today when Shad Khan was
Yeah,
doing.
I'll tell you. Listen,
I'll let him go.
I'll let him go. He come in with a better idea. This motherfucker's gone. He got to sit there like
And he on the call.
he on the call with the dumb look in the face, like
What? You didn't tell me that.
that was definitely the first time.
Do you know what that was for? That was for Ben Johnson. Hey, Ben, for you, I will.
He comes in like, yo, if you think Ben Johnson would go down there to Jacksonville?
Fuck no, he not going to Jacksonville.
Everyone who keeps saying Chicago, let me tell y'all something.
I don't think he's going to Chicago either.
Because I don't think he want to see Dan Campbell twice a year.
Well, I don't think he's afraid of Dan Campbell.
No, I don't think he want to play the line. I don't think he want to play his old team twice a year. I think he wants to go somewhere that has somewhat of a quarterback that he can develop, or at least somewhat run his offense. Trevor Lawrence, I think, could potentially do that, and maybe I don't know. You'd have to go somewhere where they're getting a rookie quarterback, and then for sure that'd have to be your guy. The Giants are keeping Daboll and Joe Shane, so I'm guessing John O'Mara he was okay with that memory from Hard Knocks, which is okay.
Which is fine.
Kevin Stefanski's team is safe. Colts are keeping their brass. Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys denied the Chicago's mayor's request to interview Mike McCarthy, so seems like Mike McCarthy might get another year.
Maybe, or Jerry's just doing that to be petty, and then fire him after all the coaching jobs have been filled.
Well, I mean, technically, it's the last year of his deals. He won't get fired. He just won't get.
Yeah, he won't renew it. Like all the coaching jobs will be gone, and Jerry will be like, "Yeah, we're not renewing you. Have a good one." Because that sounds like some shit Jerry would do.
Nah, Jerry will let him go. Plus, listen, it'll have to be figured out in the next couple of weeks. So.
Yeah, you need to figure out the next couple of days if Mike's going to be interviewing.
Yeah, I don't think Mike will keep him. Listen, if I'm Mike, I'm having some backdoor conversation. I'm keeping him real backdoor.
Yo, you doing the Jonathan Gannon?
Well, if you're not sure if you're going to fire me or not, then yeah, I'm should start thinking about maybe just taking a head coaching job anyway.
That's fair enough.
Raheem Morris on the hot seat? What's this about?
I don't know. I was just thinking the Falcons. Was it week 10 or whatever when the Bucs was going through that slide? The Falcons had like a 2 or 3 game lead on the division. All you had to do was win like 2 more games, and the gap would have been too wide. You lose the division week 18. Very Falcon-y. That sounds like something only the Falcons would do. Is that enough to put Raheem on the hot seat?
Nah, early. He's got a rookie quarterback. Made a QB change.
That's true. Oh, Michael Penix, that boy. Ooh.
Way Michael Penix looked toward the tail end of that season. Hey, they were in position to win a lot of those games, and even that last game, it went to overtime, and I mean the team just quit because they were out the playoffs anyway. So,
in that Commanders game, he never touched the ball. He never got the ball.
He never got the ball. So when you start thinking about it, it's like, no, they clearly have their quarterback. Give him some time to, get an offense that really works with him and allow him to continue building. Listen, if I'm Kirk Cousins, listen, man.
You're a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah, you're a Cleveland Brown. But also remember, Kirk, you take it RG3 job, RG3th will find a way to take it your job.
I just love that Michael Penix be wearing silk do-rags under his helmet.
How funny is it that Kirk Cousins' white Christian loving ass is getting his job taken in the blackest city of America by a black man wearing a do-rag? That's my type of racism.
Sound like freedom to me. That
sounds like mad freedom to me. Titans are on the clock, 101. Give me your thoughts. You think Shedeur Sanders going 101? The current order right now, we'll just go by top 10. Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, Jaguars, Raiders, Jets, Panthers, Saints, Bears. Good Lord. Those teams fucking stink. You can go literally one by one. Just picture the team. I've watched all 18 of the non-playoff teams. I've watched all of their games. But these top 10, you start thinking about how they've looked over some of these guys look atrocious.
Yes.
The Titans got 50 put up on them by the Lions. The Browns have played like 4 or 5 quarterbacks. The Giants look putrid. Like a putrid up until the game against the Colts. The Patriots were a joke out there. Gerard Mayo did not know what the fuck he was doing. I mean, the Jaguars look like a shell of themselves of that playoff team that from a few years ago. The Raiders, they didn't have a quarterback to save their lives. The Jets are a fucking train wreck ran by a kid playing Madden. Panthers didn't figure it out until the last half of the season. I mean, the last month of the season. Before that, they looked like the team that were going to have a number 1 overall pick again. Saints, listen, the Saints are so much of a joke that their fucking QB got hurt trying to leapfrog over someone on the sideline, trying to be athletic. An unathletic QB trying to be, listen. And then
they employ Taysom Hill.
And then there's the Bears, who literally took a field goal on the very last play of a game where the Packers played probably one of their worst football games in years. It took that for them to get their 5th win of the season. These top 10 teams, one player isn't enough. These top 10 teams need Jesus. All of them.
Well, luckily, he's everywhere all at once.
All at once. Bam said Kirk back to the Vikings would be hilarious. Let's dead that narrative, too, because they're definitely bringing back Sam Darnold. And I would almost dare them to not bring back Sam Darnold. Quick pause to speak on the NBA. The Lakers go through these really tough stretches of games or parts of games where they cannot score points. Right now, 9:43 in the third. It's 65-53 Dallas. Like, I don't really understand what's going on.
Give it some time. Give it some time.
I guess this is not a good team. We hit the commissioner of fantasy talk. Oh, talk to me about your fantasy playoff run.
Oh man, I don't even want to get into it. So in the Dynasty League, I made it to the championship run of the shit bracket. I lost 102. That's when Jalen was concussed against the Commanders. The charity league I'm in with my friend, 2 divisions. I've been the top dog in 1 division all year. I've been slaughtering people. Get to the first round. Jalen is my quarterback. Jalen gets hurt. I'm out of there. And then in the redraft league, I'm in with you. As long as I don't have to pay no one's dues. I think I got 9th. I think I have Jalen. I have Baker in that league. So yeah, like nothing uneventful over here.
Damn.
Nothing. Just 102 in a class that's like Genty, everyone else.
You got some players. We can talk. If you don't want it, I'll take 102.
I mean, I'm starting my scouting. Like the receiver in Arizona seems to be pretty good. It's a deep running back draft. I have a lot of picks this year, so I may be able to help with my running back room. So,
who do you think? Who I guess we don't know yet, but I guess me and Akili we have each other's picks. Akili, again, I will trade you back your picks.
Straight up.
I will still straight up trade you back your picks. Whatever. Well, it was a good fantasy run for me. So, I was in 9 leagues last year. Got 7 teams to the playoffs technically. Only 6 actually advanced into the playoffs because apparently there are leagues out here where the last playoff spot is determined by max points for.
How'd that go? That conversation?
Well, I called him some crackers, and I have not looked at that league since. Yo, dog, this is what makes me so mad. In this league, I had Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Saquon and John. Like, this is a really good team. I traded for Cortland Sutton halfway through the year because I needed someone to play wide receiver. And then I went on an absolute fucking tear. I had the best record in the second half of the league. And because I didn't have max points for. I got bumped out of my 6 seed. I don't care if I would have lost the very next week. Let me lose. Yeah. Everyone was like, oh, everyone was like, you don't have to leave, man. You had such a good year. I was like, yo, y'all reward losing. I fundamentally, I don't even want to be a part of people who reward losing in this way.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But had so 6 teams made it to the playoffs. Okay, stop. So Keely said in his home league, that's the exact thing we do for the with max points for the last 2 playoff spots. I'm going to be honest with you. It is listen, this is such a terrible idea. You play to win the game. Just win the fucking game. Stop rewarding losers for being losers with pretty faces. Reward the pretty bitches. The fuck are we talking? So 6 teams. So 6 of my, technically 7, but 6 teams went on to play in the playoffs. And every week it was cut in half. My teams, so that first week went to, it was 4 that went to the second round. I lost 2. By the way, one of those teams lost because I benched the Falcons defense that week. And guess who they played?
What was that game? Was that the Commanders game?
The Giants.
Oh,
the Falcons defense just killed the Giants. I didn't start them, whatever. So then I get down to 4 teams in the second round. In the second round, I'm telling you, after that first week, I said, I bet you half of my teams will lose this second week. That is what happened.
Sure enough.
I went from 4 teams in the second round to only 2 championship teams the last week of the season. One of them was the league I won last year. My cousin's little family league made it back to the championship game. Come on, bro. You already know what we had to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Back to back. That one I was proud of because that's back-to-back chips, baby. Back-to-back chips. So I felt good about that one. And then the other game. My other super flex league that I commissioned. This one has your cousin Bam in it.
It does.
I was the 2 seed, and in this league in particular, there are 7 teams that make the playoffs. So guess what that means? Only 1 bye. Now, I was tied for the best record in the league. So if this thing had 2 byes, guess what I get?
A bye.
I get a bye. But what happened was the person who had the bye beat me by 3 points week 4 or 5. They didn't. So I spent that whole back half of the season trying to catch up. That guy went on to win 12 in a row.
Wow.
Getting to the championship game. He started off 1-4, finished 10-4, then finished 10-4, won his game to get to the championship round. So that's 10 games in a row. So this is the 11th. So he was the Vegas odds-on favorite. But guess what happened?
What happened?
Jalen Hurts got hurt.
I know. I felt it.
And his other quarterback was Cooper Rush. But when Jalen Hurts got hurt, he had to sub in, you guessed it, Aiden O'Connell.
Ooh, that's a tough way to lose, man.
Brother, he complained and complained and complained and complained, but it didn't matter. I beat his ass.
Now, did you beat his ass so bad that it did not matter if Jalen Hurts had played?
Even if Jalen Hurts would have played, I would have started Zach Ertz. My 2 quarterbacks, to give you some credence, are Patrick and Jaden. I would have started Zach Ertz.
Oh, then yeah.
Zach Ertz last weekend had a 30-piece. It's a tight end premium league.
Oh, then yeah. You know.
I scored 180. I scored 180. Dude scored 120. Even at Jalen Hurts in there, maybe you get to 150.
Yeah. It's closer, but
I was going to win. So now I can officially say, not only am I the inaugural champion of this league, but I'm the commissioner as well, of course. So now I can finally say it. I have won one of my own leagues. And I feel like there's a monkey that was just lifted off my back.
Whoa.
There was a monkey that was lifted off my back. And now I feel like I have the power to win both of my leagues next year. Both of them.
Both?
Well, I mean, I'm in 3 of them, so obviously my goal is to defend my championship.
Right.
But these other 2, my
You coming
redraft
for them?
and my other dynasty league, it's time. It's time.
You ready?
It is. I feel like I have unlocked it, and especially that Las Vegas Horned Ducks team, depending on these drafts, where I land with my draft picks, I might be in a good spot. That's why I want Akili to take his draft picks back, and I want me to have my draft picks back, and that way I don't even have to do these. Like, now, if me and Akili were to trade our picks back to each other, and he ended up getting number 5, I'd be tight. But it'd be exactly what I wanted. So
Achilles not going to trade you that pick out of spite.
Say what?
He not giving you that pick back out of spite.
Well, hey, man, you know what they say? Being ugly ain't going to do nothing, because if that's the case, if he get number 5 and I got his picks, because I know at least 1 or 2 of y'all in that first 4 got to pick a quarterback. One of y'all need a quarterback.
It ain't going to be me.
Or if you don't
that high?
Or, well, I'll swap picks when I get my belt.
Good one, Achilles.
That is a good one. That is a good one. Kyle, I want to get your takes on this Packers-Eagles game. Obviously, I'm picking the Pack to win, but Kyle, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to act like I'm the most confident in the Packers. I think what the Eagles do well, which is run the ball and play defense. Packers run defense. Packers offense right now kind of reeling, losing Christian Watson. Passing attack really hasn't been the sharpest. I want to get your thoughts on what you saw in Chicago, and if you are just as worried going into this Philly game as I am. And while we wait on this, or wait on Kyle's answer, every year the NBA shows me a different way of how to quit my job. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago with James Harden. This year it's Jimmy Butler. Clearly, the relationship between Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley has gone to hell. I don't know what Pat Riley told Jimmy. Well, Pat Riley told Jimmy Butler, "You're not getting your money. You're old. We are not paying you."
And remember, he said, "If you're not on the court, shut your mouth."
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. An old white man telling me to shut my mouth? Hey, dog.
But here's my thing. Yeah, he shouldn't say it, but he won't wrong.
But he right. He right.
Like, because Jimmy out here said, "Yo, dog, yeah, we would have beat the Celtics had I been playing." And everyone's like, "Boy, if you don't shut your ass." Like, they over there like, "My G, these games weren't close." I don't know what you were watching, but these games weren't close. So your little 26, 27 points wouldn't have done us that much different. We lost by 35, Jimmy. What the fuck is your little
35?
What the fuck is your little 20-something points going to do? So then, so then me and my queen, we just watching TV. We said, breaking news, Jimmy Butler just gave an interview. I was like, what? This motherfucker got up on there and said, "I just want to find my joy for basketball. I just want to feel where I'm wanted." And now that reporter knew what they was doing, asking that messy ass question. "Do you think you'll find your happiness here?" Oh, come on. You knew that was a setup.
100%.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yo, before he left that podium, I think that he had put out a statement. Yeah, suspended. Suspended.
Get him the fuck out of here.
Suspended. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
It always ends badly with Jimmy Butler. Like the highs are great, but the lows are in hell. This is how he left Chicago, how he left Minnesota, Philadelphia, and
Now the
now
Minnesota shit had me crying. Yo, Jimmy said, "Yo, give me all the fucking backups. I need all this other starters right here. Give me the backups. Play right now. Cat, you a lazy bitch. Bucket.
and
Cat, if you
then
had work ethic, you wouldn't be a lazy bitch. Bucket.
called Rachel Nichols and said, "What you doing? Set up
Wait,
the
oh,
interview room. I'm on the way."
yeah, busted them things down. Yo, the NBA is, oh man.
I'm glad. Like this is one of my favorite times of year. Like I love football. Like but when like when we get closer to All Star break, like this is when
And
basketball
that
becomes
trade
fun.
deadline, oh yeah, nah. Cause like because all NBA money is so guaranteed that these front offices, unless you hold their feet to the fire, brother, get your ass out there. And I don't want to say the next three words, but you know what they're saying. You don't go out there and dribble that damn ball. Dribble.
Get your black ass out
Hey,
there.
you know that's if you don't get listen, man. I'll pay you, man. You make
Oh, in Miami, go back to El Negro. Oh, it's no El Negro. El-
negros, boy. Be like,
Oh,
and you just know Pat Riley was like, yo, dog, you get $600,000 a fucking a fucking game. Get out there and.
and the crazy thing is, his player option for next year is for 51 million. What contract are you going to get that is going to give you more than 50 million a year? Because I think he's looking for 60 million a year at 35. Hey
Mhm.
man, I love his ambition. I want that too. I hope he get it. He give me
Like,
hope.
like Jimmy, just say you're upset that they won't give you the money and that you're wanting.
Well, now he only wants to go to Phoenix.
He came out and say that.
That's what he
Oh,
didn't come
Brian
out and say,
Windhorst.
but that's what Windhorse is like. He only wanted to go to Phoenix.
Yeah, because Wendy is saying that's the only place that makes sense for that trade, and Bradley Beal is upset. This, that, and the third. Yo,
Yeah, he got to waive his no trade clause.
I want to talk about the Bradley Beal and the Suns thing. What do you think's going on there?
Exactly. The conspiracy is the truth on this one. They are benching him because they want to get him off the team. We're gonna make it so bad for you that you won't waive that no trade clause.
Do you think Book and KD are in on this?
Yes. How can they not be?
So you think they went to the front office and they was like, "Yo, dog."
No, I think it was the reverse. I think the front office, hey guys, we're thinking about trading Bradley. We're looking at Jimmy Butler. How do you feel?
They were like, "Hey, we think we make something work with Jimmy
They
Butler."
say stupid shit like anything it takes to win, right? That's the most Katie thing I can hear from him. Hey man, I just want to win.
I'm gonna be honest. Phoenix trading for Jimmy Butler and Miami getting Bradley Beal. That is a bad listen. I think,
Jimmy's gonna punch Devin Booker in the face.
yeah,
I don't see that mixing with KD and Jimmy. Sure, Jimmy and Book. I feel like Jimmy might punch him in the face.
What happens if the Miami Heat just? What if the Miami Heat could be on some real petty stuff? You know what? If you want to act this way, then Jimmy, you know what we're gonna do? We'll pay you this year. You'll get every game check sitting at home. You ain't getting traded nowhere.
So either you
Stay
come
right.
here.
You can they can say you can make any headline in the world. Say whatever. You staying right here. And I got time today. And you know, Pat Riley, I'm an NBA fucking Hall of Famer, baby. I can take all the criticism. You ain't going nowhere.
Oh yeah, Pat Riley, bulletproof.
Yeah.
He's showing his weight works.
And Pat Riley kind of doing that now. Take this as
Yeah,
criticism.
7 games. All right,
Yeah.
whatever. Cool off. That's timeout.
Yeah. And he missing out on a couple mil. You know, yo, you think Pat Riley is the type to say, yo, you out a couple mil, you better stop.
You know what Pat can say? Pat say, "Yo, I can afford not to make a couple million. I'm Pat Riley. Can you?"
Can you? They could be like, Jimmy, do you really think They could say, "Yo, Jimmy, we will suspend you for the rest of this season, and we'll pay you while doing it.
Keep playing with me.
Keep
Keep playing
yo,
with me.
doing. What are we doing? Okay. So Kyle answered my question earlier about the Eagles versus the Packers. He said one strength versus strength matchup that would be really tested. Eagles are tied for third in the NFL with 17 rushing touchdowns inside the opponent's 5-yard line. Show me how many of them was that dumbass. 16 of them might be that fucking dumbass tush push.
Hey,
Packers
stop it.
defense is first in the NFL with 26% touchdown rate on carries inside their 5-yard line. Well, that's that can't be good, right?
No,
Like
I
first,
think he's saying
at
that's
first
their
they give
strength.
it up. Oh, that's
He's
our
saying Packers'
that is our
strength
strength.
is stopping the run in the 5-yard line. The Eagles' strength is running the ball in the 5-yard line. Okay.
Here's the thing. How many times are the Eagles going to get within their 5-yard line? I'm telling you right now, at least 5. At least 5. How many times will the Packers, with this offense, the way it looked the last 2 games, going to get to their 5-yard line? Maybe twice.
Hey,
Maybe
I'm not
twice.
sleeping. My thing is when the Packers load the box, like I feel like the Eagles think they can run on anyone, but man, you got to take advantage of AJ and Devontae on the outside. You got to win your one-on-ones. You
And
got to do something.
if I was y'all, that would be how I would. Yo, if there's one thing you should do when playing the Packers, attack these corners. Make them show you something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, you'll get a lot of Quay Walker, and you'll get a lot of Ezra and Cooper. I like our 2 linebackers right now. I like our D line. We straight there. Obviously, we know what Xavier's doing. If Evan Williams plays, I'll feel good. But brother, what we got out there on them islands at corner,
like you talking about, I'm talking about AJ Brown slant all day. We call Michael Thomas slant boy. AJ,
honestly,
you know what to do.
AJ will be a problem, but what Devonta Smith is about to do to Carrington Valentine should probably be studied in the Guinness Book of, oh my God.
Of course not. Devontae won't play when fantasy over. I was so mad watching that
2 touchdown game. Yeah.
Tanner McKee, buddy. Quarterback factory lives on in Philadelphia.
You know, it's funny. I was watching that saying, yo, if they got this many quarterbacks on the roster that can do all that, I promise you they'd be looking at Jalen Hurts tape saying, yo, we can replace this motherfucker.
I bet you that's what makes Jalen. Hey, but you know what? Short yardage. Like, there's something to be said. Greg Olsen says it all the time. There's something to be said about having a quarterback who can do the tush push. That's a great weapon to have because you play first, second, and third down differently.
Play basketball. That might be an easier tush push than the dude that squats 600 pounds. Put the 6'8" dude in there and just tell him to move forward.
Yeah, until he get clocked.
Yeah.
The key to the tush push is getting low and finding the hole between the offensive linemen. It's usually between Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata. So you'll see Jalen go left, like way left, because that's where the push usually is. Because all the tackles, like you're over the guard, you're over the center, like the weakness is on the edge. So he'll go to Jordan and Landon, and he'll just slide right in on the left side. He always runs to the left. I don't know why no one puts a linebacker over there. Like he always goes left.
You're like proud of this play. Like when you see this play, you're like, oh yeah, let's go, Philly.
Oh yeah. Oh, I stand up. Run it. I'll point to you, run it.
We losing recipes. Like you should tell them, give the ball to it pisses me off every time, bro. They be at 3-yard line. They don't just give it to Jalen Hurts or some bullshit. Yo, if you don't give it to number 26 and tell him to get freaky, shouldn't me?
The worst thing is when like Devontae gets tripped at the 1 yard. That happens a lot. Like Devontae will catch like a 30-yard pass and then get tackled at the 1 without fail 4 times a year.
All right. College football playoff semifinals.
Let's go.
The real national championship game will be in Dallas, Texas, Ohio State. Whew. Whew. Texas looking at the rest of the field saying, there's no Georgia. It can be us. Georgia's gone. It can be us. All we got to do is beat these guys. We beat Ohio. I'm telling you, Texas is looking at it as like, if we beat Ohio State, we can slaughter Penn State or Notre Dame. And Ohio State's looking at it as, this is easily the best team we'll play rest of the season. We've already beat Penn State, and we have Notre Dame's number. So if we can beat Texas, these other
Hey man,
who you liking this
I
one?
don't
This
know
is gonna
who
be a
I
big
don't know who I don't know who's gonna beat Ohio State. Like they beating the shit out of people. Like when the ranking when the playoffs came out, you and I both said, "Man, what did Oregon do to get on the Ohio State side of the bracket?"
one.
We said Texas losing the SEC championship game was the best thing for Texas, and look at it now. Because you don't have to see no one until Ohio State. We as soon as the brackets were released, we
Although
said
that
that.
Arizona State game, it scared them.
It scared them, but
Well,
there
it's
was
because
never a point.
they spent the third quarter lollygagging, and Arizona State was like, "Well, we got a chance here." Peyton Hillis Jr., aka Cam Scatterboo.
Hilarious. Peyton Hillis Jr.
Yeah. Yo, a lot of Browns fans do not like Peyton Hillis. They are like so tight about how he went out.
Well,
They do.
Jamie, are you still in here? You're a Browns fan. Why do you hate Peyton Hillis?
It has something to do with that contract or something. Like
Oh, okay.
I heard a lot of Browns fans. They were like, "Please stop talking about Peyton Hillis. He is not beloved in Cleveland the way y'all think."
I did not know that. Last Madden cover you got.
I know. Penn State, Notre Dame. Who you got? This is a nasty, nasty battle of former allegations.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna take Penn State. I feel like Notre Dame. Who they played? They played Indiana, and then Georgia on their third string quarterback, or their second string quarterback who's a freshman. All right. I mean, I guess that's cool.
Yeah, ain't playing nobody.
You really ain't playing nobody for real. So I'll take Penn State and Ohio State. No one's beating Ohio. Like the way they beat, like the Rose Bowl should be special. And it wasn't this year. Like the Rose Bowl is one of my favorite games. The atmosphere, the pageantry, and it was nothing.
It was special.
It was special for Ohio State fans, but for football fans, I went and ate dinner. I made dinner that night. That's how boring that game was.
Yo, Gabe Davis. I need to know what the fuck Gabe Davis does in his free time. Let me tell you something. They were down 24-0 before they even decided to make it halfway competitive. You know what was I told a lot of my friends who are Ducks fans. I said that ass beating basically told me that one, Ohio State not only knew they could beat y'all, they probably thought we shouldn't have lost the first time.
That's exactly what it was.
And they beat y'all like y'all stole something because they didn't like the way y'all was walking around like y'all was the hot shit after a really lucky win. And they basically, I can tell you, Ohio State basically told themselves, guys, if we just don't shoot ourselves in the foot, not only can we beat these guys, we can dominate. I bet you that's how they watched that film. Because you would just, bruh, I mean, how the fuck did Ohio State watch the rest of, how the fuck did Oregon watch the rest of Ohio State's season and say, we don't have to cover number 4?
Crazy.
And now number 4 gets to play college football for 2 more years. Jeremiah Smith gets to play college football for 2 more years.
2 more years.
And we just got to accept it. Like he's going to be dominating our teams. Him and Rylan Williams from Alabama. He's going to be dominating our teams.
And for those Alabama should have made it in, we can put that to bed. We can put the Alabama should have made it to bed.
No, because if you watch that Michigan game, Alabama fucking Jalen Milroe, get ready to learn Canadian
No, I'm saying those who are arguing that Alabama deserved to be in the college football playoff, that game against Michigan should put that sentence to bed.
Kawhi's back in the lineup for the Clippers. Big deal or no deal for you?
I mean, it's a big deal until he's not in the lineup.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's the same thing. Well, let me ask you something then. Speaking of people who are out of the lineup, over the summer, the T-Wolves decided to take Cat out of their lineup, traded him to the Knicks in exchange for Julius Randle, Dante DiVincenzo, some picks. I mean, we're getting close to the halfway mark of the season. You think, oh my God, the fucking Mavericks aren't missing. Are you thinking the T-Wolves regret that that trade by now?
I think it's a mixture of things. I do think they regret that trade, but we've heard players talk about this before. Like it's easy when no one has expectations. Like the Wolves last year, the real expectations. Anthony Edwards broke out. Oh my God, he's Michael Jordan, and it's a whole nother animal when you have expectations and people are playing you, differently. So I think it's a combination of the two, but they definitely miss Cat. And Nas Reed has just fallen off a cliff.
Yo, the Mavericks are fucking. They're just not missing right now. They're just.
Oh, is it one of those nights?
Yo, a second ago it was 81-91. It is now 98-86, and I mean, like every time I look over, it's just splash, splash, splash. God damn.
Oh, there's still 8 minutes left. There's plenty of time.
Zion's returning back to the lineup this week. How many Pelicans fans you think care?
I mean, this is great for his trade value. He come out, he played 10, 12 games, he looks strong. Maybe you can trade him. Yo, but I think his time in New Orleans is done.
Pelicans haven't even won 10 games.
Especially if that other boy from Duke is on the way.
You talking about Cooper Flag?
Yes.
Yo, I think there's a few NBA teams that don't have 10 wins yet. And Charles Barkley said it first that made me like really think about it. Yo, he was like, damn, you can't get to 10 wins in the NBA? And I started thinking about it. Damn, you can't win 10 games in the NBA before the All-Star break? Washington Wizards at 6-27. Charlotte Hornets at 7-27. Toronto Raptors at 8-28. The Hornets have lost 10 straight games.
Which sucks because LaMelo's having a great year. I don't know what it is, and because they have a great, right? You got Brandon Miller, you got LaMelo. Like you have a decent roster on paper. It's just something about Charlotte, man.
Utah Jazz 9-25.
They winning too much.
New Orleans Pelicans 7-29.
Cooper Flag said, "I don't have an eating problem. You ain't got to worry about me in New Orleans."
All right,
he can't.
90-100. Are we? Yeah, y'all. We have no answer for y'all. I mean, like, now shout out the Portland Trailblazers 12-23.
That's what I'm talking about.
I see them.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out the Brooklyn Nets 13-23. The Sixers 14-20.
Hey, Sixers, they're in striking distance of the play-in, right?
Yeah, they're the 11th seed right now. Yo,
the East is so terrible.
No, this is so frustrating. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you guys the Eastern Conference. Sixers 14-20, Nets 13-23, Raptors 8-28, Hornets 7-27, Wizards 6-27. Those are the teams that are outside the play-in. Let me tell you about the teams that are in the play-in. Pistons 18-18.
Hey, turn up Detroit.
Hawks 18-18.
Sound right.
Miami Heat 17-17. The Bulls 17-19. The Bulls can't escape the play-in.
They're trapped. They are like, that's the worst place to be.
Now, let me read you the last 5 records in the Western Conference. The Pelicans 7-29. Jazz 9-25.
Too many wins.
Blazers 12-23. The Suns 16-18. The Kings 18-19, and they're the 11th seed. Now, when you start talking about the 10th seed, the Spurs 18-18. The T-Wolves 18-17. The Warriors 18-17. The Clippers 20-16. The Mavs at the 6th seed 20-16. Los Angeles 20-15. So when y'all beat us tonight, y'all shouldn't be 5 seed.
But they're not going to win.
You're saying that because y'all have lost 5 in a row. Oh yeah, y'all definitely about to win this one. I'm telling you, the Lakers are the get right team for a lot of people. We are not.
Can we pause for a second and talk about Wemby and how at the end of the year he might be the best player in the NBA?
Yeah, listen,
he's definitely won a defensive player of the year.
Yeah,
if they can get into the playoffs, he might win MVP.
Hell, I think if they get into the play-in,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about the play-in, but like actually a playoff, like above the play-in, he might win MVP.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can make the play in. They are a really good team. They play. They're in Milwaukee tomorrow. They lost to the Bulls their last game. Then they lost to the Nuggets the game before that. But before that, they had won 3 out of 4. So I think they're just a young team. Wemby's averaging 25 though. Good lord.
How many blocks is it though? It's like 3 or 4 blocks a game.
Let's see. Right now, he is averaging. Let me see this season. Um, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He's shooting about 48% from the field, and oh my, he is averaging about 4 blocks a game, 3 assists a game, 1 steal a game. Woof, woof.
He's winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Can you believe he's only 235 pounds?
Nope, but he's winning Defensive Player of the Year.
Yo, I know like regular women who weigh less than Wemby.
Yeah, I know lots of women who weigh less.
And like 30 pounds heavier. America, we got to do better, as Bernie Mac would say. America.
Especially in San Antonio, if you ask Chuck.
America. Yo, there are women that are like 2 full feet smaller than Wemby and are about 20 pounds heavier.
Hey, man, if she happy, I'm happy.
No, and not just women. I ain't gonna. Yo, there are men out here.
Listen. You say he's 235?
235. He's 7'3".
Yeah, I don't weigh more. I don't weigh more.
7'3", 235. I know mad 5'6", 5'7", 200-pound women.
Well, he weighs more than me, but not by much.
And all right, can we start? Listen, you can't be tall and fat.
No, that's impossible.
You can't be. No, but it's not though. And I've seen a lot. This is gonna sound terrible. I've seen more tall, fat people, and I'm so confused. If you don't get your big, tall ass in the gym so you can learn how to develop a post game, so you maybe can learn how to play basketball. Yo, I keep telling great segue. Great segue. Because every tall person, I just feel like you should have a career in the NBA or some career in sports. Now, speaking of careers in sports, what the hell is going on at Fox Sports 1? It's the Freak Off channel. It's the So reports have come out that FS1 is facing a lawsuit, and in that suit, Joy Taylor was named, Skip Bayless was named, some other folks within FS1 was named. Apparently, Skip Bayless offered somebody 1.5 for the coochie.
Can we start there? Because that's supposed to be the main thing we take away from this lawsuit is that Skip was sexually harassing this woman, and he was hugging her like copping feels. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that Skip offered her $1.5 million for sex. Like out of all of the things in that lawsuit, I was like, yeah, because the things Skip say on air, I can't imagine the things he says to people behind closed doors. Like I imagine Skip offering her that money and then talking about his workout routine, showing her his muscles. And it was like, 1.5 million, this is a favor for you. Look at me.
Probably hit him with it. You know what 1.5 could do for your life? Yo, Skip, don't nobody want your little crusty, rusty, dusty, musty little. All right.
Yo, and then gets mad because he thinks this person is sleeping with Shannon Sharp.
No. We're not even getting to that part yet. She said, Skip, you're married. And he said, Isn't your dad Muslim? You used to mad bitches and mad wives around this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
that's a crazy thing to say.
First off, Skip Bayless, as someone who has been known to get off some wild bars in my lifetime, I ain't never pulled that one off. I ain't never pulled them. Yeah, but he Muslim. That's
That's
hey,
why I believe her. That's why, because you can't make that up.
but I think you can. It sounds so crazy. Man, ain't no way. But maybe he did.
But that's Skip. Skip challenged Shannon Sharp on live TV.
To what again?
He challenged Shannon on live TV. Like, he has said some crazy shit in his life on TV. I can't imagine what he would say to someone behind the scenes, and I can't imagine what horny Skip Bayless would say behind the scenes.
What do you think about Joy Taylor basically saying, "Hey, girl, it be like that sometimes."
That's a whole nother. We don't have enough time to talk about that part of the lawsuit. Acho?
Hey, Acho, it's okay. Sometimes you got to get out here and support your side after you just came out some box.
Acho?
Was you think Joy Taylor was really? Was she really? Her name's Joy. She's got to spread it. The joy. She got to spread the joy. Spread the joy. She's got to spread the joy.
I just. She does not. It's not the fact, because it sounds like it was all consensual. Fine. It's the. She was she told the hairdresser, yeah, kind of like, so what? Who cares? And then the allegation of her saying that, she was sleeping with that exec. She was like, yeah, and if it gets too much, I'll just say he forced himself on me. Like, those are the two big ones. Like, whoa, sis.
I know, right?
Like, woof.
Or you better just.
Like, if you just having consensual sex with people in the office, that's your business.
You want to keep it quiet. Like
That's your business.
It's more attractive when you hold it down. Just hold it down, Joy. Just stay quiet.
She said, yeah, she would invite us to drinks, and this man would show up, and I suspected they were having sex. And then I saw him at the office and was like, wait a minute, you're married. And I didn't realize Joy was married before. I knew she was engaged to, what's that NBA guy? He was a coach of the Suns. What's his name? Is it Earl Watson?
I didn't know.
It was like 2 coaches ago. She was engaged to him and they broke it off, and no one ever said why. But now we know, because it sounds like he figured out that she was cheating on him. But I didn't know she was married before that.
Why do y'all want to get so freaky with y'all's coworkers?
Worked for me.
Like,
hey man, I met a girl at work and we ended up getting married. But overall, it usually doesn't work out. I once saw a girl I worked with when I was in college and I lost my job. So usually it doesn't work out.
You said what?
So now when I was in college, I was an RA, and there was this other girl who was an RA, and her and I started talking. It wasn't anything official, but she ended it, and I lost my job because I lost focus. Right, I was focusing on girls. My grades dropped. I lost my job.
Sure
big life lesson, huh?
Sure, that's why.
Positive. Bam! Shut up.
Listen, my thoughts on sleeping with coworkers. You shouldn't do it.
No, you shouldn't.
You should leave it alone.
If you're not willing to lose that job, you shouldn't be sleeping with your coworker.
No, just listen. If y'all's paychecks come from the same person, y'all's beds should not be shared. At least publicly. And listen, this would be my real problem with y'all daters, y'all work daters. Y'all start dating and then want it to be known to everybody that y'all are dating. You should do this thing where, like, either keep this shit on the dead quiet.
Dead quiet.
Like, dead quiet. Nobody know. Don't even speak to me at work. That type shit. Keep it on that dead quiet, or you just got to be faithful. Be faithful. Like, don't cheat on your partner. So then so that your work husband could be your little boo thing. You also just stay faithful then if y'all can't keep it on the quiet.
That's another thing.
Because
If
if you're
you
going to be cheating, you have to do this discreetly. Don't be in my face and then introduce me to your husband at the company party. Because, listen,
you can figure out like the hairdresser.
over Hoko. And if your man's cool, now I can't speak to you and him at the same time. So now when he see me by the punch, trying to be like, yo, how you been? It's been a while. How's it been over the last year? And I gotta scratch the chin, be like, hey, yeah. Lakers getting run out the building tonight. It's okay. It's one of those nights.
Still not over.
So I just like, why, if you fooling with somebody on, the executive, why are you trying to invite other friends out for drinks? You should just get those drinks in private, right?
You should.
Like, I don't.
Especially in a big place like LA. There's plenty of spots.
Ooh, good bucket. That'd be like, why do you want people to know? But people want people to know so that, people can know.
For me, like I said, the funniest part of the lawsuit is like this hairdresser sees that executive, they all have drinks, and she's like, I feel like they're sleeping together. See that man in office, they go have drinks with Acho. I think they sleeping together. See Acho at the office a couple weeks later, like, what's going on here? Hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Joy was a little freakazilla. Ain't nothing wrong with it. She
ain't nothing wrong with it.
I mean,
consenting adults ain't got nothing to do with me.
And what's funny is Ada saw that scene. Joy Taylor said, "Well, I don't see what he's talking about." Everyone's like, well, I mean,
yeah. The most hurt one was Jason Whitlock. He's like, yeah, I stayed away from her, dog. She won't give you no box.
Yeah, Jason, are you kidding me?
You said you sweat bacon grease. Ain't nobody giving you no box
ever. You listen, Jason.
You got it.
Return to that bottle of Jergens and keep it together.
That man got a loyalty card to Popeyes. Ain't nobody giving you no box.
What are your thoughts on Raw on Netflix debuting last night? Fire.
The production was. I get it. I hate when they censored. Who do they censor in like the first segment? And I was like, no. We're here for curse words. That's the point. And then Solo and Roman's match happened, and like people like saying "fuck you, Solo," and it's like not censored. Like, yes, that's what we're here for. It was great till Hulk Hogan walked out. Goes after it. But I don't know how I feel about CM Punk going over on Seth Rollins. Or is this the Hogan?
Yo, I've got a new tag team partner right now. I got Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer that I teamed up. And in the past, I've got a whole bunch of partners down the line. I had incredible partners.
Listen, I've seen a lot in my lifetime. I watched a lot of WWE in my almost 30 years of living. People, I got to look in the camera when I say this. People, they booed the hell out of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. The people booed the hell out of Hulk Hogan. Now, you may be hearing this and saying, well, duh, right? Let me tell y'all something. In the pro wrestling world, when you're a clear heel, you're a clear heel. Hulk Hogan walked out there to let people know about a beer sponsorship. And they told Hulk Hogan, shut the fuck up. Look the fuck up. What you got going on? Fuck you. Fuck that beer. Fuck everything going on.
Fuck Jimmy Hart. Fuck Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart was just there. Fuck you, Jimmy Hart.
Yo, Jimmy Hart in the background. That ass Jimmy Hart in the background.
Just waving the flag. I'm like, no, get him out of here.
When I tell you, my stomach was hurting from laughing. I think I texted you, yo, dog, they are booing the hell out of Hulk.
Even the subtitles were like crowd booing.
Listen. At first, I thought these boos were like supposed to be happening, but then the more you watch Hulk Hogan, the more you realize it. Yo, he is uncomfortable.
He couldn't even tear the shirt. He couldn't even tear the shirt.
No, he did tear the shirt. He just couldn't get it off. So he was getting booed so much that he said, "Man, fuck this." And then he walked out, but the shirt was still around him. Oh!
He didn't catch this much heat when he was in NWO.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, yo, they booed the hell out of Hulk Hogan. Oh.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh.
Do you think, oh yeah, the Mavericks going to win, praise God. Do you think John Cena gets 17?
He will beat Gunther for a night.
I think he gets it too. I think he gets 17. But I don't think it's later I don't think it's until later in the year because whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to cash in and take it from him. But I think he gets 17. He gets that moment.
That would be cool.
When is Money in the Bank?
It's like middle of the year.
Yeah, it's like he gets it, but he loses it immediately.
Yo, dog, they boot the hell out of Hulk Hogan.
Like they didn't even boot Taker that hard.
His dead ass just throwing up nukes to Hiroshima at this point. Stop shooting the ball. He's throwing up just nukes. Yo, dog. Oh, come on, man. Yo.
Because you guys are stuck with me through thick and thin, dudes.
Yo, I mean, you would have thought.
I got Hulk Hogan's real American beer that I teamed up.
There it is.
And in the past,
Ooh.
No, what's even worse? Imagine being Hulk. Yo, Hulk Hogan could barely walk out there. This old.
And they said, "Get out of here."
Triple H made this old ass man limp out there with damn Jimmy Hart waving this fucking flag.
But like Stone Cold was right there.
What's funny is you just know they're gonna bring Hulk Hogan back.
Oh yeah, he's coming back.
It's gonna be at a very well-known mega city that will easily cheer him on.
He gonna be there in Ames, Iowa.
Got to be. Holy shit.
How do you feel about seeing beating Seth clean? Because I have mixed feelings.
I feel like there's got to be another chapter of this story being written, and it feels like it's a triple threat.
Really, I feel like this ends in Hell in a Cell, but I feel like we need the full Seth heel turn.
Jay beat Drew McIntyre, right?
Say what?
Jay beat Drew McIntyre, right?
Yeah, he beat Drew McIntyre.
There's your triple threat right there.
Drew, CM, and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think we need the Seth heel turn. Like I think we're getting to the Seth heel turn.
We're getting close to it. We're getting close to it. But I definitely see a triple threat straight grudge match.
Give it to me. I'll take it.
I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be really fun. I think
Roman's the
Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre.
I would watch that. Did you think The Rock was going to turn on Roman last night? I was waiting for it. You didn't think so?
Not on Netflix. That's too
I don't like this Rock. I don't like this face Rock. He was shouting out Cody Rhodes like, no, we hate him.
Well, I think
you were beating him with a belt 4 months ago and wiping his blood on the side of the truck with his father on it. We hate him.
I know. I think it goes back to that John
a year ago.
I think it goes back to that John angle. You know that if you have Cody versus The Rock, then you got to have Roman versus somebody else. Then how much? There's only but so many main stories, and John Cena's retirement has to be near the top of like main stories. So that's why I think, if anything, it might be delaying that Cody Rock segment. But
no, I'm talking about just like Roman Rock. But I'm just saying, I want Roman Rock. But this just, shout out to Cody Rhodes. I know we had some beef in the past. Like, no, you talked about his dead father.
Well, he did say, shout out Mama Rose.
But he said it jokingly. It wasn't like, tell Mama Rose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was too friendly.
I think it was a friendly jab.
And Cody's just laughing in the audience. Yeah, good one, man. Like, he busted you wide open. Drink tequila on your grave.
Well, that just means that when Rock does the heel turn again, he's gonna invite Cody out. He's gonna say the same thing. Only this time he gonna laugh, and then he gonna not laugh, and then he gonna turn on.
Good. I need to find a boss.
Yo, they booed the hell. Yo,
Let's do it one more time before we get out of here.
yo, son, they booed the hell out of Hulk. How do you hear? Yo, I need. This is why this is why this is so funny to me. There are genuine heels who don't get booed like this.
Nope.
There are heels who want to get booed like this. This only rivals Dominic Mysterio.
Nah, I think New Day gets that kind of heat now.
He's talking about a beard.
He's talking about the fans loving him. He said, "You guys are stuck with me through thick and thin." Boo! Fuck you!
Yo, we don't give a fuck about your partners, Hulk. Oh my god.
Oh wow, Trick Williams lost.
Dude.
Welcome to Raw. Oba Femi.
Oh yeah, probably is coming to Raw. Son, yo, seeing the people boo Hulk Hogan like that is like, honestly, it's like seeing Hulk Hogan slam Andre the Giant. You just didn't think you'd see it, then you did.
Yeah.
Then you did. Yo, could you imagine being an old man, maybe with a troubled history, limping out there to Monday Night Raw on Netflix with the company that you helped kick off, just to get booed?
Hey, we didn't tell him to be a racist. That was his decision.
What's funny is somewhere Hulk Hogan's like, "Well, I ain't the only racist out."
Right. I'm just the only one brave enough to do it out in the open.
Here's the funny thing, people. Here's the funny thing. Undertaker also came out that same last night. If y'all didn't know, Undertaker and Hulk Hogan 100% voted for the same person in November.
Yep.
Undertaker and Hulk Hogan have similar views. Undertaker just does a better job of just maybe not publicizing it so much.
He not a full-blown racist. Like Hogan is like a full-blown.
Just partially. Just partially.
Why are you talking to that N-word? Isn't that what he said to his daughter on a voicemail?
Is that him or Donald Sterling?
Both. Those two birds of a feather.
Why? Magic Johnson? The fuck he know? He got AIDS. Now, white people, when they get racist, dog, we gotta talk about it next week. When white people get racist, the shit they say, you'd be like, "Hey, yo,
damn, that's racist."
You'd be like, "Yo, dog, really?" Yes, that Magic Johnson. The fuck does he know? He has AIDS. Like,
He has AIDS.
Goddamn. Just discredit him as a basketball knowledge. He just got AIDS.
He just got AIDS. He don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, they booed Hulk Hogan. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure. Danny, let the people know where they can find you, man.
You can find me on X and Blue Sky at DannyOcean41. Speak on it _pod. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We out here. It's a new year. It's good to be back. I know we took a couple weeks off, but it just feels good to be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on X, on IG, on Threads, on Mixcloud. If you like mixes, SoundCloud as well. I put my mixes there at Los D Mix. That is LOSDEEMIX. To confirm to my fellow Lakers fans, we did lose. And I want everyone to remember that before the game, Charles Barkley guaranteed a Lakers win.
Kiss of death. The kiss of death.
Yo, they booed Hulk Hogan. Holy shit, man.
And they do it again.
Honestly, I think I might listen. Between that, honestly, Hulk Hogan getting booed is the only thing. Well, it's the second thing that I have been speaking about a lot. The other thing is this right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. See if I can get it real quick. See if I can get this for us real quick. What is this? Huh?
What?
Hold on. Something. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Come
he
on.
did.
Come on. Come on. You know it.
I will not.
Come on, man. You know this.
I will not.
This is the hottest song in the streets right now. This is the hottest song in the street. Listen. You got two choices. You can swerve or you can bend that corner. Whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Whoa, whoa. Hey. All right, come on. Hey, Jello said he may not make it to the league, but mama, he gonna make it doing something.
He gonna make it doing something. And he gonna fail until he don't fail.
Hey, that's what you want, right?
That's what you want.
I had white coworkers who knew that song today.
And now it's over.
You think so?
Yep. Once they get their hands on it, no offense, it's over.
Nah. But I mean, the song came out over the weekend. Essentially, it blew up in the NBA, NFL. I mean, the Lions won, and after Dan Campbell's speech, somebody said, "Play that Jello."
Crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us tonight, and we appreciate it. Please make sure over the next 7 days, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us tonight. Take care of your mental, take care of your physical, take care of your spiritual. Hold me accountable, accountability partners. Let's go.
I might swerve in that corner, whoa. Bitch, hold on tight, cause I tweak in this bitch, I let shit go. And I heard that she wanna show, me who she be, I'm kinda.
Last thing, NFL, ease up on the flags for penalties. Xavier Worthy, that was fly on Christmas. That was fly. But they said you can't make any guns. Now I get the one celebration that's all. Don't do that. Don't do that. But the Xavier Worthy one was fly.
Yeah, he was Santa.
Hey, that's
just hate.
That's fly. Come on. If your wide receivers aren't thinking of funny ass shit like that to do when they score touchdowns, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Exactly.
Talking about. All right.